President Trump just confirmed that we are going to do these $2,000 checks means millions are going to receive it. Look at this. Trump's promise of direct checks to Americans put GOP in a bind. And this is also very shocking because President Trump, along with Kevin Hassett, finally revealed the details of these $2,000 worth of stimulus checks to millions of Americans. Means who's going to get it, when you can expect these payments, and what you need to do right now in order to be eligible to get these checks. Before I begin, all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So, without any further ado, let's begin. Congratulations. It seems like $2,000 worth of stimulus checks from President Trump are coming to your mailbox real soon. Look at this. President Donald J. Trump has vowed to send Americans checks in the mail. There's a huge risk if he can deliver, and another if he does. Well, the details are indeed very shocking. But when it comes to the details of these $2,000 checks and its eligibility, Kevin Hassett finally revealed the details about these checks that left everyone stunned. These $2,000 tariff checks that the president wants to send to all Americans. Is that actually going to happen? Well, it's something that will require legislation. But if you look at how much tariff revenue has been coming in, then there would actually be enough room to cover those checks and not go into the rest of the budget. So yeah, there would be enough money to pay for it. So are you actively working with Congress to try to make that? We are rapidly studying the matter and getting the numbers straight. So the president has all the choices he needs to decide what to do. This is not good. This is great for millions of Americans because Kevin Hassett said that yes, we do have enough money from these reciprocal tariffs and we are going to send these $2,000 checks, but it all depends on President Donald J. Trump. But we already know that President Trump announced these checks recently, and especially when he posted this. Look at this. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. $37 trillion. Record investments in the USA, plants and factories going all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person. Let me repeat it. He said $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Well, I received a number of comments asking if this $2,000 check is going to a household or to an individual. Well, right here, as you can see, President Donald J. Trump confirmed that it is coming to every individual. Means it seems like $2,000 for every adult and $2,000 for every dependent. So if you have a family of 4, you could receive around $8,000, and a family of 5 can receive a staggering $10,000. This is not just huge, this is beyond shocking. But at the same time, President Donald J. Trump also posted this. All money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income USA citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Well, if you are waiting for relief from President Trump and his administration, then this is indeed great news for you. But recently, President Donald J. Trump also talked about these checks, or you can say he somewhat announced these checks for millions of Americans. And one of the things we're going to do, we're going to issue a dividend to our middle income people and lower income people, about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. We're going to be lowering our debt, which is a national security thing. We are going to be sending $2,000 worth of stimulus checks to low and middle income Americans. Means people who make $100,000 and less. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about topics heading into 2025, Trump's tariff dividend plan and what it means for millions of Americans relying on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI benefits. This plan has stirred up a lot of discussion and questions, from eligibility changes to how it might affect payments. So, if you want to fully understand what's coming and how it impacts you or your loved ones, stay with me as we break it all down step by step. To truly grasp the impact of the tariff dividend plan, it's important to first understand what tariffs are and how they generate revenue for the federal government. Tariffs are taxes imposed on goods imported into the country. When a company imports products from abroad, a tariff adds extra cost, to those goods, and that money goes directly to the U.S. Treasury. Over the past several years, tariffs on a wide range of products have generated billions of dollars in revenue. Now, the innovative idea behind the tariff dividend plan is to take a portion of that revenue and return it directly to American citizens, especially those who rely on federal benefits. This is unlike traditional government spending, which might go toward infrastructure or military programs. Instead, the focus here is putting money directly into the pockets of everyday people through dividend-style payments. The plan is intended to provide relief from rising living costs, which have been a major concern for seniors, disabled Americans, and low-income families who depend on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. Let's break down these programs and see why this dividend plan could be so meaningful. Social Security is the largest federal benefits program. It was created decades ago as a safety net to ensure that workers and their families would have income after retirement or in case of disability or death. Today, over 67 million Americans receive Social Security benefits, making it a cornerstone of financial security for many households. Social Security retirement benefits are earned through a lifetime of work and contributions. To qualify, you must earn a certain number of work credits, typically 40 credits, which is about 10 years of work. Your monthly benefit amount is based on your average earnings over your working years, adjusted for inflation. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, is quite different. It is a needs-based program, primarily designed to help seniors and disabled individuals with limited income and resources. Unlike Social Security retirement benefits, SSI does not require a work history. Instead, eligibility is based on financial need, meaning your income and assets must fall below strict limits. Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, is a program that bridges these two by providing benefits to disabled workers who have paid into Social Security but are no longer able to work due to their disability. Eligibility requires meeting work credit requirements similar to Social Security retirement, plus medical approval of the disability. So, what does Trump's tariff dividend plan mean for these programs? The core idea is that revenue from tariffs collected by the federal government will be partially redistributed in the form of additional dividend payments to beneficiaries. This could mean extra funds on top of your regular monthly Social Security, SSI, or SSDI payments. Imagine you receive your regular monthly Social Security payment as usual, but then, because of this plan, you also get an extra payment, a dividend, that could help cover rising costs like groceries, medications, or utility bills. However, it's important to note that the plan does not propose changing the fundamental eligibility requirements for any of these programs. Social Security still requires your work history, SSI continues to be means tested, and SSDI still requires a qualifying disability and work credits. The tariff dividend is aimed at supplementing, not replacing, existing benefits. Think of it as a financial boost designed to help you get by a little easier. Now, the next question many people ask is, who exactly will qualify for these additional dividend payments? While the full details are still being finalized, early guidelines suggest that all current recipients of Social Security retirement, SSI, and SSDI benefits will be eligible to receive these extra payments as long as they meet the usual criteria for those programs. The plan is also considering adjustments for income thresholds for SSI recipients to potentially expand access slightly, recognizing that inflation and living costs have risen dramatically in recent years. Let's talk numbers for a moment. The average Social Security retirement benefit is approximately $1,800 per month, which many seniors depend on to cover the essentials. SSDI payments average around $1,400 per month, providing critical support to disabled workers. SSI payments hover near $900 monthly for low-income seniors and disabled individuals. Even a modest dividend payment of a few $100s or a flat $2,000 stimulus-like check could make a major difference in recipients' lives, helping to cover emergency expenses or holiday costs. Payment timing is another major concern. The usual Social Security and SSDI benefits are paid monthly, staggered by birthday. SSI payments arrive generally on the first of each month. How will the tariff dividend payments be distributed? It's anticipated that these dividend payments will come as either one-time lump sums or potentially recurring supplemental payments, depending on how tariff revenues flow in. The government aims to issue these payments promptly, ensuring beneficiaries get relief without long delays. While the government works out the specifics, it's wise to be prepared. Ensure your direct deposit information with the Social Security Administration is current to avoid delays. Paper checks can sometimes get held up, especially during busy holiday seasons. Also, be aware of scams. Whenever new payment programs are announced, fraudsters try to exploit vulnerable recipients by pretending to be government officials asking for bank details or social security numbers. Remember, official agencies will never call you unsolicited asking for this information. Now, beyond the payments themselves, there are broader economic implications to consider. The tariff dividend plan, by redistributing tariff revenues, injects additional cash into local economies. When seniors and disabled Americans spend this extra money, it supports local businesses, grocery stores, pharmacies, and more. This cycle helps keep communities thriving. On the flip side, some critics worry about the long-term sustainability of funding benefits through tariff revenues. Tariffs depend on trade policies and international relations, which can be unpredictable. There's also concern that this could lead to inflationary pressures if more money chases the same amount of goods. Despite these debates, for beneficiaries, the immediate focus remains on receiving timely and adequate support. Now let's discuss some common questions you might have. Will the tariff dividend affect my eligibility for Social Security, SSI, or SSDI? No. Eligibility rules are expected to remain unchanged. The dividend is an added benefit, not a replacement or a cut to existing benefits. How much extra money can I expect? The exact amount is still being determined, but early proposals mention amounts similar to previous stimulus payments, possibly around $2,000 or other fixed sums. When will I receive these payments? The timing depends on tariff revenue collection and government processing. Officials aim for swift distribution, but watch for official announcements. Do I need to apply for this dividend? Likely not. Payments should be automatic for eligible beneficiaries based on existing records. Could these payments affect my taxes or other benefits? This is a complex area. Some benefits and tax liabilities could be impacted, so consulting with a tax professional or benefits counselor is advisable. Lastly, it's essential to stay engaged and informed. Follow official Social Security Administration updates, sign up for alerts, and consult trusted news sources. If you have any experiences or questions about Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or the tariff dividend plan, please share in the comments below. Your input helps build a community of support and knowledge. To recap, Trump's tariff dividend plan 2025 का मतलब है कि जो पैसा गवर्नमेंट टैरिफ्स यानी इंपोर्टेड माल पर लगाने वाली टैक्सेस से हासिल करती है, उसका एक हिस्सा वापस उन लोगों तक पहुंचाया जाएगा जो सोशल सिक्योरिटी, SSI और SSDI बेनिफिट्स लेते हैं। ये प्लान उन बेनिफिशियरीज के लिए एडिशनल पेमेंट्स या डिविडेंड प्रोवाइड करने का इरादा रखता है जो उनकी फाइनेंशियल मदद करेगा, खास तौर पर जब महंगाई और रोजमर्रा के खर्चे बढ़ रहे हैं। सबसे अहम बात यह है कि इस प्लान के तहत एलिजिबिलिटी रूल्स में कोई बड़ी तब्दीली नहीं होगी। जो लोग पहले से इन प्रोग्राम्स के लिए एलिजिबल हैं, वही इस नई डिविडेंड पेमेंट के लिए भी एलिजिबल रहेंगे। मतलब आपका वर्क हिस्ट्री या फाइनेंशियल नीड का क्राइटेरिया वैसे का वैसा ही रहेगा। लेकिन जो नया हिस्सा है वो ये कि आपको अपनी रेगुलर सोशल सिक्योरिटी, SSI या SSDI पेमेंट के अलावा एक एक्स्ट्रा पैसे मिल सकते हैं। यह एक्स्ट्रा पेमेंट आपकी जिंदगी को आसान बनाने में मदद करेगा, जैसे कि आपके खर्चे कवर करना, खाना, दवे, रेंट या बिजली का बिल। इस काफी बड़ा फायदा यह है कि आपके पास थोड़ा ज्यादा पैसा होगा ताकि आप महंगाई की वजह से परेशान ना हो और अपनी जरूरी चीजें आराम से खरीद सकें। इसके अलावा जब इतने सारे लोग एक्स्ट्रा पेमेंट्स लेते हैं तो ये पैसा लोकल इकोनॉमी में भी घूमता है। लोकल दुकानदार, फार्मेसीज और छोटी इंडस्ट्रीज को फायदा होता है, जो मुल्क की इकोनॉमी को मजबूत बनाता है। अभी तक ये प्लान फाइनलाइज हो रहा है, तो पेमेंट्स की एग्जैक्ट अमाउंट और तरीका कंफर्म नहीं हुआ, लेकिन ये क्लियर है कि ये पेमेंट्स आपके लिए एक फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट का नया जरिया बनेंगे। इसलिए अपना अकाउंट और कॉन्टैक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन अपडेटेड रखना बहुत जरूरी है ताकि आपको पेमेंट्स में कोई डिले ना हो। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात, स्कैम से हमेशा होशियार रहें। गवर्नमेंट कभी भी आपको बिना पहचाने कॉल करके अपनी पर्सनल मालूमात नहीं मांगती। तो ये ही है ट्रम्प्स टैरिफ डिविडेंड प्लान का बेसिक मकसद। टैरिफ रेवेन्यूज को फायदामंद तरीके से इस्तेमाल करते हुए सोशल सिक्योरिटी, एसएसआई और एसएसडीआई रिसिपिएंट्स को एक्स्ट्रा फाइनेंशियल रिलीफ देना ताकि उनकी जिंदगी में थोड़ी राहत आए। Make sure your records are up to date. Stay alert for official news and protect yourself from scams. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Together, we'll navigate these changes and ensure you get the benefits you deserve.